It's been devastating really. Obviously Webbo's one of the guys that came in at the same time as me and a lot of other players 4 years ago when the club had a big turnaround, so for it to get to the point where he felt like he could no longer do any more with us as a set of players and in his role, it's quite upsetting, and it was disappointing to see Webbo leave his post, but you know, a bit of freshness, Stu's come in over the last couple of days, and you know, just told the boys that he's got a lot of confidence in us, and he believes that we can get out of the hole that we're in. It's been a good couple of days following the real disappointment of James leaving.
Do you feel like, as a group, the players have let him down? Yeah,
definitely. I think ultimately it's things that go on the field that have, you know, which deals with coaches and leads to them either having a success or unsuccessful year. And as far as Webber was concerned, as far, you know, and what I think he's done as much as he physically could. I think us as players have let him down, and that's the upsetting thing for me, that, you know, probably deep down when we look back, we probably all could have done a little bit more, you know, whether you're trying your best or performing your best, you know. It's disappointing that it's come to this and he's had to lose his job.
The chairman said that when he looked around the dressing room he saw a group of players that didn't care. That's not right, is it?
I wouldn't say it's a group of players that don't care. I think everyone cares. I think it's just some players are really lacking in confidence at the moment, and I think, you know, the way people show things and show it are different. I think if you looked around the changing rooms after the game, I think a lot of people just sat heads down and not many people talking. I think deep down everyone kind of knew what was going to happen after that game. With being so far in front and such a better team in the first half, and then, you know, throwing it away in the second half. I think there's nothing more Webber could have probably done after that game, and I think it were a bit of realisation from everyone that what was going to happen, and you know, it were a sad place to be, I'm not going to lie.
So what can Stuart Dickens say to you guys at this moment in time that James Webster maybe hasn't said over the past few weeks?
I think it's just a fresh approach. I think, you know, Webber probably as disappointing and probably lacking in confidence as everyone has been over the last 8 weeks. I think the things he's tried and just haven't come off on the field, same as us as players. So, you know, Stu's come in and just explained he's got a lot of confidence. But I've played with Stu Dickens, and anyone who's seen him play realises he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's softly spoken off it, but when he gets out there, and as a player, he was 100% tough all the time, and I think he's going to be the same as a coach. He's very smart and, you know, knows how to manage people, but he'll get the best out of people, and if you don't give him your best, he'll tell you, will Stu, as well. So I think that's going to be a good thing for a few people as well.
And that's the thing, you need to play in his image now, as he did on the pitch.
Yeah, that's it. He's explained to everyone that he just expects, and he's giving everyone a chance, a fresh slate, as he says, and, you know, he's going to give everyone the equal opportunity, but you've got to play well to be playing in his team, and you've got to respect him for that. You know, he says he'll pick the team that's on form, which is what we need, and everyone kind of needs a rocket up them at the moment and get the best out of people, and, you know, if we do that, we know we've got a good enough squad to challenge anyone.
You've got to take this out on Widnes, haven't you, this weekend?
Yeah, obviously they're playing quite well at the moment, and Widnes as well, so it's going to be tough, but it's important that we have a real reaction to what's gone on, and, you know, a reaction to the last 10 weeks that hasn't come really. We've threatened it to come for a few periods in games, but we've not had an 80-minute performance for a long time now, so it's important that we go out there and give each other a little bit of confidence in us as a team, and also, you know, show the fans that we do care.